Do it, man. If you guys inside, hit that subscribe, like, share, and let's get straight into this reaction. Drake has not learned a thing. Caught being weird with Mos Def's daughter. Kendrick reacts. Now I know Tisa just give the juicy inside, but yo, I hope this is just clickbait. Cause I swear Mos Def was asked about Drake. Does he consider Drake a rapper or a pop star? Yeah, in an interview I saw a little while ago. Real talk. And Mos Def said, like, no disrespect to Drake, but like he's pop. And now you telling me that Drake has popped into fucking Mos Def's talk, trying to creep to Mos Def's daughter. Yo, bruh, if this is factual, bruv, I swear down, you know something? Fuck your music. And now you're going after the greats, the legends and shit, man. The Mos Def, fuck off, man. Let's go.
Y'all doing today? Well, baby, if you are BBL Drizzy, you are getting dragged left, right, up, and back, y'all. Where do we even start off with? Okay, let's start off with the first story. This is going to have to be a three-parter, okay? Y'all going to have to stick with me.
Let's go. Let's go.
You can take the PDF file out of the 6, but baby, that 69 guy is always going to have that PDF file with them. Drake is now being called out for being what Kendrick exposed him as last month, which is a liar, which is a weirdo, and someone that make sure you hide your little sister from him. Y'all, what am I talking about? Drake, if you don't know. First of all, there are industry heads talking about Drake's going to have a comeback. He's number 1 in hip hop. Drake is number 1 in pop. And I don't want to break into the experts, but as much as they don't like it, there's a reason why Drake was cosplaying a culturally American black man. Because as much as all these hip-hop heads, and when I say hip-hop heads, I mean like the people that work for the magazines, the Billboard charts, as much as the UMG flunkies are going out there talking about something, what are you talking about? Drake's still king of hip-hop.
Nope. Drake get the fuck out of here. Hell no.
Because as much as they don't want to admit it, people, especially overseas, that listen to hip-hop, look to Black America for the direction culturally of who's cool, who's legit, who's real hip-hop. Academics can sit his little fluffy self up there all he wants and be like, I actually think Drake's the greatest of all time and Sexyy Red is the greatest female artist.
Yeah, nah.
Right?
Man, I always thought with Sexyy Red, yeah. Yeah, Sexyy Red and Glorilla. I always thought Glorilla and Sexyy Red need to switch their names around. Like, Glorilla should be Sexyy Red. And Sexyy Red's name should be Glorilla. Like, you understand me? But Drake, man, Drake is pop. You know what I'm saying? He's pop. He ain't no hip-hop. Let's just be real about this shit. I'm in the UK and I'm saying this, like, bro. Like, when he start disrespecting the dead, I ain't got time for that shit.
But all jokes aside, he can have his opinion. But even the reason academics is followed is because he let people at first think he was plugged into that whole Chicago gangland culture as far as what is going on.
I remember that.
I am telling you, and mark my words, Drake cannot, he might still be pop. He might still be making a song that make us dance and wave our hands. But at the end of the day, if Black America, who people still look to, who is legitimate hip hop, it's like you ain't legitimate, you ain't nothing but a paid actor. Do you really think that Drake will have the credibility he needs to be taken seriously as a hip hop artist? Survey says it will not happen, but we'll wait to see what happens. Again, I know that whole thing. Hip hop's for everyone. Yeah. And guess what? Sushi's for everybody too. And merengue salsa music is for everybody. But when I'm going for who is the best sushi chef in the world, I'm going to go with what the people in Japan think. When I go for who is the best Latin artist or salsa merengue dancer, I'm going to go to the cultures that actually invented and still have.
You don't say what you want. It's facts. It's facts. It's fucking facts. I go to an Italian restaurant. I expect to see Italians in the kitchen cooking, making my pizza, lasagna, whatever it is they do. I expect to see them. I'm going to an Italian restaurant and I see Chinese people inside. I see Africans inside. I see anybody that is not of that restaurant I'm going into. I want the food. I'm just saying, I've come here because I want this experience. I want people who know about their own food be cooking it. Ain't nobody better than the actual people that you are going to. So, yeah. Hold up there 1 second.
Salsa and merengue. When you're going for
Pause there 1 second, 1 second. Then my and I'm here recording as well too. Yep, there we are. Then my screen just went black out on me. Did I have a screen? Oh, that's why I got a screensaver on. It just went black on me. I'm here like, let's go, let's go, let's go.
who is credible, you go to the source. And unfortunately, as much as everybody don't want to admit it, baby, it's Black America.
She's preaching.
You know, it's Black America. For those of you guys that don't know the difference between somebody that is not culturally Black and somebody that is a light-skinned Black America, I would actually, idiots. That's all I got to say. I didn't even explain it to these idiots because you that far gone and you don't understand, dummies. It's not skin color, it's culture. And every Black American every Black American, that our roots go back deeper than 90% of anybody in America, besides Native Americans, of course. They're the only ones that got deeper roots. Our culture goes back deeper. If you cannot understand that it's not about skin color in America, skin color is a social construct. It honestly is. And don't tell me what you're doing in South Africa. Shout out to South Africa. Shout out to Joburg, right? It doesn't matter what happens in Norway, Finland.
South Africa was that whole Tyler thing. And everybody was jumping on Tyler because she goes, she's colored. And then all the blacks were, oh, this whole, excuse me. Every place in the world, people are described differently. In South Africa, that's how they're described, colored. And the rest of everybody was giving a flack like, nah, y'all need to chill the fuck out. Everywhere in the world, people are described and called differently. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I see what you say about South Africa there. I caught that one.
Dominicana, it doesn't matter. We're talking about what happens in Black culture, okay? Anyway, so speaking of what's happening in Black culture, let's get back to Drake, right? So Drake is being exposed to being up to his creepy, no good, weirdo pedophilia. Idilia ways. For instance, first of all, Rochef369 on Twitter pointed this out. Just like Drake followed DJ Mustard's ex-wife, so Drake, in a way of getting back at DJ Mustard, followed his ex-wife. First of all, Drake, you're so effing corny. What is an Instagram follow?
I heard about that, you know.
Ooh, like
I heard about that shit. And I'm telling you straight up, bro. That's the kind of shit that, as a dude, or all us men, we are like, yeah, bro. Yeah, we can see why everybody hates you. Because you're still with the petty bullshit, you know. New requests. Yeah, got you there, villain. We'll be doing it after we finish this here. But yeah, as I'm saying, that's the kind of shit that people just hate him for. The real talking. That's just some petty. That's not even petty, bro. That's.
He literally has the mindset of a 6th grader. Oh my God! Like, look at this. He followed his wife. She did not. Like, first of all, that's his ex-wife. She is a fully functioning woman. I hope she has enough sense to stay away from the 69 guy. But what does what she do have to do with anything that DJ Mustard does? They were together. They are now separated, okay? To look at women like they are chattel, like they are all that stuff, it goes into his creepiness. Because as much as people say, oh, well, it don't matter, it does. Because when you look at grown women Like they are nothing but chessboard pieces to be moved around. Ooh, I know
Literally.
how I'm gonna get back with him. I'm gonna seduce this girl. Yeah. Like literally like chess pieces.
Man, he
What do
needs to get
you
a fucking
think
life,
about
really, and
not
grow
even
up.
fully formed
I
women?
say midlife
This is
crisis.
misogyny, but it's also just stupidity. Because Drake, grow the F up. You are pushing what, 40? You are pushing 40
Need to go and
and
start fucking
playing
with
these
women his
games.
age.
You're pushing 40 and
Real
playing these
talking,
games.
like his
Also,
age.
anyway, they said Drake just followed DJ Mustard's ex-wife. He's done the same recently. He followed Mos Def's daughter, who just turned 18 recently. The Not My
Um,
Problem girl. This is what Kendrick was talking about when he said psychopath intuition. He's
yeah, he needs
using
to
women
chill,
like
bro.
objects for his own personal agenda. He is. And it's very, very sick. And it's actually really, really lame.
I love it.
You know what also just occurred to me right now? That Drake, his biggest problem in this world is that I think Drake's actually jealous of Kendrick Lamar. Because hear me out. You can have a lot of money. And Drake had that $400 million contract. But now that I see how much he can't even rest, they making him work for that money, baby. Kendrick be coming back with a fresh shape up, refresh, works when he wants, leaves when he wants, gets paid, and has critical acclaim. And he has respect, not just from academics, but dudes on the street. I think he is who Drake wants to be. On top of that, Kendrick got a solid family. I know him and Whitney been together since they were in high school. I'm sure they've seen some things. We all know that love is not a fairy tale as long as it doesn't get toxic. But you know, you go through journeys. Nobody's saying that Kendrick is superhuman. Nobody says he's the second coming of Christ. He is a man. Men and women are flawed. That's different from being a weirdo, a creep, and being a sociopath or a psychopath. It's very, very different. Or even being a narcissist or pathetic master manipulator. It's completely different. But think about it. You know, once you start getting money, you realize that in order for you to be happy,
You know something? On a real note, though, when I think about all of this, yeah, like, it's sad but shocking as well how fast somebody could reach to the pinnacle of their career, fame, money, and well, no, not how fast, how long it took to get there, and how fast it is to fall off. Everybody who reaches to the top, bruh, don't say whatever skeletons you got, careful because they have to come out the closet. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what anybody says, it's kind of it's a great day in hip hop, it's a sad day in hip hop. But was that people really in hip hop to begin with? You know, that's the question to go with.
and in order for your family to be secure, it's not as much money as you think. Now, granted, we play with a lot of money, but between having 20 million and 100 million and 500 million, like for your quality of life, if you just want to be able to wear what you want, go on vacation where you want, like buy a villa, make love on the patio, if you want to do all that, what's the difference between 20 million and 50 million? What's the difference between 50 million and 100 million? Seriously. So when it gets to that,
I'll say this straight. Decently, there's a big difference. Obviously, if you're rich, I guess there ain't no much difference. But what? There's a big man shit. I could be a millionaire. Let somebody take 100 grand from me. Man, I'm still showing up at your door at 3 o'clock in the morning, and you ain't got no choice. I'm coming to see you. That's plenty money. Let's
get the
go.
fact you have money, but there comes a point, my point is, where money doesn't buy happiness. Right?
Well,
Now,
that's
don't
true.
get me wrong. If
That
you
is
broke,
true.
yes, that 20 million sure will put a lot of smiles on the faces. But once you
She
reach
knows what I'm talking
a
about.
certain point, there is diminishing returns. There are diminishing
Okay.
returns
True. We hear
in
you.
how much happiness is bought, how much happiness money can bring you.
Yeah.
And I think Drake's
Yeah.
at that diminishing returns. Kendrick got two beautiful kids. He got a partner, not just some girl he effing with, not some P-star he got pregnant, and now he's so embarrassed. He had to rehab her image, and people still don't forget. Not girls that you really think at 40 years old, after being one of the biggest recording artists in the last decade, you really think it's still fun having a different girl, 6 girls in bed every single night? Maybe sometimes, but everything gets old.
What I'm saying, he's going through a midlife crisis right now. That's the only thing I could describe his behavior. It's a midlife crisis. He's not accepting getting old, which is all right, fine and gravy with it. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, though, like, bro, you really crashing out, and that's what he's doing right now. He's crashing the out, like.
Just like you could be the most popular person at the club, Mr. Popular, Mrs. Popular. It gets old. It gets old. And ain't nothing more scary or lonely than when you just feel lonely at night and you can have a parade of people saying you're the best and a parade of people in your bed and it still don't matter because you still can't shake that feeling. And I actually do think that Drake is very, 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 very jealous of what Kendrick has. He has money. And again, once you reach a certain point, it is diminishing returns. He has power and he has respect.
Yeah, I think
Drake got what? Even I was listening to people
okay.
on
Yeah, money. I see what she got. No money. Drake got money. Power. All right. Respect. I see what she did right there with that track. You know what I'm saying? Money, power, respect for real. But yeah, this is one thing he will never have. Fuck the money and the power. It's a respect. And Drake has been looking, searching, begging for the respect in the hip hop industry for the last 10 years, last 15 years. You know, literally begging for that respect. You know, I'm coming from. And he hasn't gotten it. He has never gotten it. So I could see, like, that respect he is longing for. And after this, it's a definite no ever.
Is it Canadian Twitter cursed Drake out? Because when academics was like, oh, he'd be putting people on.
Oh, shit. Let me see that. Drake's turning into that one old man in the neighborhood all of the parents turn to their daughters to avoid. Oh, yo, that is real talking, you know. That is that is real talking.
They were
He
like,
does,
Drake
yeah.
actually crushed the independent music scene by using them or putting them in an OVO sweatshop. He's just a pariah. He takes and takes and takes from everyone. In any case, back to what my whole point in between Drag and Drake was Drake being a weirdo. So there's also these people that somehow think that Drake's making a comeback, to which I said, you cannot be serious. How is Drake making a comeback? The real CL24, and again, he's accomplished a lot, but when people only look at things through the eyes of sales, they don't see the bigger picture. Drake needs to be connected to the culture in order for him to sell.
Very
in
true,
order
though.
for him to dance off beat and act like he's in like a fucky.
This is what I'm gonna say this here, and I know this. I said this last time, and I know a few people got pissed off when I said it, yeah. And a lot of people getting their feelings. I'm just being honest. I've been around long enough to be able to say this. This whole Kendrick Drake beef, I'm gonna tell you all in the next year. 50 to 60% of the rappers y'all be listening to or y'all think they ain't gonna be rapping no more. Like, there's gonna be a big change in hip hop. There's gonna be a massive change in hip hop. And it's like hip hop is calling back for its shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, bro, we had enough. You know? A lot of these mumble rappers, a lot of people who are jumping in just to jump in to get a fame. Hip hop is gonna be revoking a lot of people's cards. You know what I'm saying? Like
Thuggy, ruggy, opera, hip opera, if you will, right? He needs to be connected to culture. That's why he did features, because it connected him to the culture. And the deeper he went into the culture, rap goes into a lot of things. He decided to go into gangster culture, to which Kendrick and everybody else said, that's a bad choice. But anyway, he said, mainstream Drake will never die. I disagree. Mainstream Ja Rule died. Did he not? Those fans are still going to buy tickets, not if he's not connected to the culture. He's still going to go number one whenever he drops and do arena tours with ease because those fans don't subscribe to the culture. Maybe, but they look to see who's cool with culture. Just like those rich white kids don't know nothing about hood sneaker culture. But they look to see what the trap stars in the hood are wearing, and that's what gets staffed in the sneaker stores, and that's what those rich kids buy. You see what I'm saying? They look to the culture as to what's cool, and then they buy it and adorn it much like Drake did. I'm telling you, mark my words. They said the bigger topic at hand is where he stands culturally. From a hip hop and rap standpoint, he has a lot of work to do to redeem himself. I don't think he's ever going to redeem himself because he doesn't write his own shit.
Yeah.
I think the last thing he wrote is that whole thing. I just want to be successful, which was a bop when he was how old? 20 something? Not now. Anyway, but it's doable. He needs to go on an undeniable run a la Scorpion and drop a classic like Take Care, right? His
No,
redemption
no.
arc could be crazy
And
if done
he
right.
can't drop Take Care again, because then we find out that the Weeknd literally Weeknd literally wrote the whole album. They say 5 songs, but we know it was more. We found out the Weeknd wrote the Take Care album. It was all of the Weeknd songs, so he can't go produce a Take Care again. Even though Take Care was his best album, he can't, because that wasn't even his work. I mean, the Weeknd and him ain't.
UMG is trying their best. He has a
You know what I
whole
mean?
record
Like,
label helping him stand up. He still hasn't been able to do it. Jazzy Faye, who I respect, but you don't know what you're talking about, Jazzy. And I don't care how much music you do, baby. I'm a consumer.
I need
And
to go check
sometimes
Academics
consumers
as
are
well
better
too,
at
because
letting you know who
Academics be
fell off in
crashing
people
out.
in the industry. What they all fail to realize is Drake has something that none of them have: the women and pop culture.
The pop, yeah, nobody go touch him in the pop culture.
Don't at me. This is not a rap battle. It's the music business. Nothing and nobody stops great music. But Nipsey left y'all with the key word. The marathon
Rest in
continues.
peace.
Again, I don't think that Drake
On the
has the
call.
women anymore. I don't know what men in the rap industry think about women.
Yeah, but Drake will always have women. There'll always be them Drake fans who are just crazy enough to do whatever he says. You know, I'll never doubt that he will ever stop having females around him. It's just, what kind of females do you attract, bruv? Like my boy, you need to go get some people your own age. You know, like, I ain't got no beef, you know what I'm saying? But when I'm seeing, I know in the States is what, 21? So after 21, you know, I can't really speak. Because you're an adult. I would like it to be a bit older for you, bro. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, when I'm seeing 17 years old on stage, I'm like, yo, bro. Like, we still have a conversation at 18, 21, you being older like your fam. But 17, yo, that's not even a conversation anymore, my boy. Ain't no conversation anymore, you know. We ain't talking. It's kind of a
There's not too many women. I mean, there's a small percentage, but baby, they ain't filling out. That's going.
oh,
Every woman has been either harassed, tried to take advantage of, or taken advantage of by an older creep. Every single woman. Now, you might have been smart enough to avoid them. It might have been dumb luck. You might have fallen prey, or you might have had uncles, brothers, fathers that protected you. But you have been exposed to enough to know those type of creeps. And now that Drake has been exposed as one of those types of creeps, baby, how are you coming back from that? How are you coming
there's no coming back from that, bro. It's over.
that?
It's over.
I ask of ye. How? Anyway, right? And this is so. The first one was Carl Amari. He's the deputy director of R&B and hip hop for Billboard. Again, I'm sure he knows his stuff, and I'm sure he knows his numbers. But baby, you come to America to imitate heritage. You can't imitate this violence. I know. I can't stop calling it Kendrick. Anyway, he's the co-creator and host of Debut Live and The Rookie Live, Billboard Unfiltered host. Listen, he said, listen.
Yeah.
So
Right.
Teddy, aka Big Teddy Bear, I think she says it right, where she says, I disagree, but everyone is entitled to their opinion. I also disagree with the narrative that it's doable for Drake to come back with an album like Scorpio, unless he makes an album solely written by him and
Yeah.
not by Rory,
Yep.
who wrote Mob Ties, or The Weeknd that wrote his first, did all the stuff on his first album, or
Yep.
any other
Yep.
ghostwriter. Roa said, as far as beef, Drake is finished. Again, we can agree to disagree. He is the Kardashian of rap, like Chris Sharma said. They said other women and whites love him. And
Yeah, I'll stay there because it's almost done. But yeah, nah, there's no coming back from this, bro. It does just hang up your gloves, call it a day, enjoy the millions you got. But the thing is, he can't really hang up his gloves because his record label won't allow him. You know, they just have him like one of them little hoes on their line. Like, go out there and make that money. Go and dance for us. You know what I mean? Step to the side, move to the left, move to the right. Now bring us in our money. Because, you know what I'm saying, he signed a contract with his soul over there. He needs to make UMG money right now. That's why he's on tour, left, right, and crazy. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't think there's no coming back for him. Can come back, but not right now. Take a break. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.